Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, hi, welcome to our channel. Thank you for stopping by. And if you are a subscriber, then hi. You're looking great today. So in today's video, we will be looking at why Disney kids take over everything. It's a corporate conglomerate and monopoly. Disney just becomes everything. So we're going to dive into this video today and have a little look as to why it's happening. And we're doing this together because that's what we do on this channel. We just watch stuff together and have a good time. All right, let's jump straight into this and have a little look.
Many of Disney Channel's most popular programs in the 2000s centered around teenage girls. These, along with similar shows on Nickelodeon that created Nickelodeon kid stars,
iCarly slapped.
Of girlhood, where traditional aspects of femininity like fashion, singing, and friendship were suddenly recognized as feats of girl power. Breakdowns exposing that while these—
Dude, Amanda Bynes, man, she like... We love Amanda Bynes.
Here's our take on what Disney kid stars reveal to us about corporate projections of girlhood, how to dismantle them, and what they can be instead.
Unpopular opinion, I really didn't like Wrecking Ball, but I didn't like it. I didn't like Wrecking Ball. I don't know. I don't actually... Did everybody like it? And I just didn't. I just did not like it. It was just so repetitive. Anyway, that's...
Disney's formula materialized in narrative films and shows like the High School Musical franchise. That's so...
Don't know why armpit hair on Zac Efron looks so out of place. Like...
I was a huge fan of your show.
Thank you very much.
And it's watched by, I believe, I'm correct, somewhat 160, 170 million people worldwide.
I think something like that.
The largely female-led TV show signaled that the modern Disney Kid era empire was built on female teen talent. These shows typically centered on characters who had a secret ability.
If my vision comes true, she's gonna let the whole school know I'm psychic.
Quick pause. That's actually so true. I never even realized that it was all about girl power. That is such a nice take. But then again, obviously, that's just the front projection of it all. And there's obviously a lot of different motives behind that. And yeah.
Skill.
You kept just about the biggest secret
Bro,
in the world.
I used to fancy her so bad. I literally used to watch Hannah Montana just to see her. I don't even know her name, like what her character's called.
In interviews, these new Disney kids demonstrated a strong work ethic,
I just kept sending in takes and takes, more takes.
determination to stay grounded,
I hope my family's happy and healthy, and I'm just continuing to be with the people I love.
and a strict purity culture.
I was a part of that Disney crowd that publicly said they were waiting till marriage.
Essentially, they defined girlhood as a sparkly balance between ambition and modesty. Most of these on-screen families were white, suburban, and middle
I
class.
was gonna say, it's not a very big representation, is it? Like, it is just white girls. A lot of them.
The actresses playing them were expected not only to meet unrealistic beauty standards, but also to remain childlike in the public eye.
They all do this.
I'm not gonna do Hannah Montana, but I can give you an update on what she's been up to. She was murdered.
Disney's cookie-cutter projections of girlhood and purity made it hard for audiences to perceive Disney kid stars as complex, or even acknowledge that they were actual teenagers growing up.
I think people forget that they at one point changed too.
And
Change too.
beyond child stardom on Disney or Nickelodeon often had to resort to extreme measures to publicly assert their adulthood.
She does have a little bit of an edge to her. You know, she smokes, she drinks, and she kind of dances with random guys, and it's
Golly gosh, she smokes, drinks, and dates random guys. This is wild.
A break with their signature character's iconic look.
The red was Kat, and that was very much a character, but it, again, is not me.
Me cutting my hair off was years of stereotypes that I was trying to fit into.
Also, to be fair, cutting your hair off in a lot of cultures is the sign of like a new beginning and starting fresh. So it's quite symbolic in that way as well, which is quite interesting.
Trying to fit into.
But for most, it also involved a public, over-the-top display of provocativity, where adopting a hypersexual persona forced audiences to shake away the purity cloud.
There's an elephant in the room, and it's twerking in a PVC bikini.
Right, to be fair, when she did that, I was full on like, what is she doing? Like, what? Like, that is kind of like, I don't feel like that's how you go about expressing that you're an adult now. Well, it is just like what this is saying. Like, they had to be over the top about it to get any sort of traction with it, you know? Because they did have that label of just being the Disney princess, the Disney star. They couldn't just be quite casual about it. They had to be very much, look at this.
were a direct reaction to Disney Channel's purity culture and a way to rebel against the rigid beauty standards that the network forced onto its stars. Disney performers like Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, and Selena Gomez were expected to constantly emulate a very specific idea of feminine beauty.
It's a lot to put on a kid to have them have to go get their makeup done and then also balance school and then also have me dress up, you know, in a wig as a kid is a little weird.
And while Nickelodeon
Right. The only thing I'm saying is like, yeah, you had to get your makeup done, you had to like put a wig on, you had to do all this stuff, but like it's showbiz. And if your parents didn't tell you that it was going to be like that before going into it, then like that's bad, you know? But I have a feeling they would have known the expectations before going into it. Like her dad's in showbiz. He's a rock star, so it's a bit conflicting, you know what I mean? It's a strange one.
Issues with toxic beauty standards and pushing teenage stars to appear younger. The unrealistic expectations led to harmful long-term effects like normalized eating disorders.
What's this very kind of unspoken rule, I feel like, in young Hollywood of, you know, if you're at a Teen Vogue party and you go to grab an hors d'oeuvre, it's like you'll get the side eye from another person like,
and addictions.
I have this mentality of like, if you're gonna,
I love Drew Barrymore.
So I get to party like one.
Most troubling of all, we can see signs that corporations like Disney were aware of these problems.
Over there's photography where they show beautiful girls so other girls feel inferior. Over there's editorial where they write articles that make girls feel inferior. Oh, that's the kitchen where people are too self-conscious to eat.
The pressures of the industry also extended to...
Wow. I was not expecting that, Disney. Absolutely called them out.
While tabloid culture has profited off the perception that these actors are struggling.
I really hate that so much. Like, they get one bad picture on a night out and it's just like, that's just real life. That's just her getting, like, having a sick night out, you know? But also, obviously, there was a lot of different stuff behind that. Like, Lindsay Lohan, she did obviously go through, like, drugs and alcohol addiction. Yeah, that was obviously an issue that she went through and got a lot of rap for it. Like, imagine going through something and then people are actually, like, prodding you about it. That would make it feel so much more worse and make you feel like you have no power to get over as well. Like, Lindsay Lohan, absolute legend. Britney Spears, man, that, like, breakdown was not funny. Like, we all go through breakdowns, but we just don't have paparazzis chasing after us. So that's the difference, you know? It's not like we don't have them. It's just we don't have a full gaggle of paps taking pics of us. I do, though. I'm my own pap.
Hollywood establishment has expected kid stars to seamlessly transition into profitable adult roles.
This isn't what I want to do forever. My next role is a little bit more dramatic. It's written by Nicholas Sparks.
The public often scrutinizes this transition by labeling these overworked teenagers as child actors gone wrong, which only adds to the pressure of trying to be taken seriously. The future of these stars' careers is based on their ability to gradually build themselves outside of Disney by releasing their own movies and music.
My number one thing was I just didn't want to go too soon, too fast, and I just wanted to take my time and build myself outside of it.
So successful Disney kid stars must subtly prepare audiences for their adulthood.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus just kind of went full force into it, whereas Zendaya was just a bit more casual about it. And it felt like it was more tasteful, wasn't it? Like, it did feel more tasteful, but then at the same time, that's half the issue. Like, we're saying they have to, like, buffer us for it, but in reality, they don't have to do anything. They can just be who they want at the end of the day.
Which means trying to balance what they want for their image with what the studio wants.
By now, you should know that I can't be tamed. You know, and like...
That was a bit cringe, wasn't it?
Well, if something was about to happen, then I wasn't Hannah Montana.
Listening to what former Disney kid stars have to say about their own experiences is an important stepping stone in separating their identity from the network.
I had to be something else that I wasn't.
Don't know what everybody else thinks, but I was not a fan of that, like, shaved side of the head thing that was going on. I didn't really enjoy it when, like, Miley Cyrus had that. I don't know. I've got the back of my head shaved, but it was just, I don't know, man.
Another huge Gen Z Disney kid who beautifully transitioned into adult stardom, Zendaya has become known both for her award-winning roles and for speaking out as a progressive voice.
If you have, I guess you could say, in a sense, power or influence, you have responsibility, you know, and to use that to the best of your abilities.
When a magazine shopped her image to make her appear skinnier, Zendaya publicly protested and shared the original photo.
Ain't no way. I thought, like, we needed hips.
And also features Disney's first openly gay main character, Cyrus Goodman.
And I'm gay. Yeah? Okay, cool.
Meanwhile,
imagine if everybody actually just reacted like that. That would just be a really nice world.
Awareness.
I'm dismantling the patriarchy this year, and I'm not afraid to start with you.
Main characters like Nini, a musical theater enthusiast with 2 moms, Courtney, a self-proclaimed feminist who loves makeup and fashion, and Carlos and Seb, the show's same-sex power couple, all work to convey aspects of intersectional girlhood and unprecedented Disney queer representation.
Gosh, that was actually really interesting to watch, and I actually didn't think it was going to be that kind of video. Yeah, that was really quite interesting to learn about the Disney girls and how they kind of went through their career in Disney. So it's been quite a struggle for them to go from like girly pops to their own personal being. And you don't really realize that, but it's really good that they're all exposing it and actually telling their story. Another thing that I really like that I didn't realize is that there's a lot more LGBT representation in Disney now. So it's really good to actually see that there's some progression in production process. Because I thought Disney would be one of the ones that kind of like shied away from it, you know, because they've got like such a huge audience. So there's going to be people that are opposed to it if you've got a wider audience, obviously. I would like to see some like lesbian couples, because I do feel like there's quite a lot of like gay relationships, but not a lot of lesbian relationships. So that would be a nice direction to go as well. But we're making steady steps, and that's all that matters. You can't ask for everything at once, so I'm just happy with how it's actually going. And I didn't realize that, but I don't watch Disney. So here we are. But anyway, guys, that is today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a little comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts about this video and what your favorite part of it was. I'll see you in the next one.